Alright, so what's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to Sauce Sports. I don't know why I got this shit on my head because I ain't even talking to nobody, but whatever. Welcome to Sauce Sports, man. I'm your host, Ed Honcho. I thank you for allowing me to be your host this evening. We're going to get into a little bit of Rockets talk, man. Hey, Jack. Get this shit off my neck. I hope y'all doing well. I hope y'all are ready for the game. It's been a little bit longer. I was actually running late. I almost wasn't going to go live, but I said, fuck it, I guess can't get the whole lot. We'll get a little bit of talking. Got to get a Rockets some love, man, because let's be honest. That's not Asher. Asher's been not been balling. I don't know when you playing baseball when you're going hard, you call it balling. I don't know. Anyway, but welcome to South Sports, Houston, Texas, Homer Network. We're talking all sports, but only Houston. If y'all don't know, this is South Sports TV. Probably should change that little logo right there in the corner. But I'm glad y'all could join me this evening, man. So we're gonna get into a little bit of love. This is Game 3, Rockets versus the Jazz, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't really think the Jazz got anything for the Rockets, man. Like I really don't. They have been getting blown out. They've been getting smoked. It's not even close. It's not the game last time, but the 20 point win, and that's not really indicative of what was taking place on the court. It was a blowout. They had a 20 point lead like in the first quarter. So I just don't think the Jazz have the answer. I don't think Quinn has the coach or whatever. He doesn't have the. It's not that he doesn't have the tools. I just don't think that he might be the tools. The Rockets just may have their number. I don't know what it is. The Rockets are looking so dominant right now. They look like they can take out anybody. Unfortunately, for the rest of the NBA, looks like the best series is going to happen in round 2. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into it. Let's see what we got joining us this evening. Again, like I said, I'm your host, Ed Honcho. Thank you for joining me this evening. We're just going to talk some shit. I'm opening up the line a little bit early. I'm going to spill a little bit of sauce, and then, I want to know what you guys think, what's on your mind. I see DeMarcus, I see Beast Mode, I see Asma, I see Clayton. What's the motherfucking deal? No, man, I've been as bad as I would like to partake, and those around me may have been partaking in the festivities of the day. I'm sticking to the script, man, until I accomplish a couple of goals, man. I'm not burning. I may be yearning, but I ain't burning until I get to where I want to be before I get my smoke on. Big smoke dog. But yes, so again, going to the game that they're in Utah tonight. I think it was the next 2 games in Utah. That's not even that bad. I really honestly don't think about it too much. I really don't. It's just. It's just something I like to do, but I'm just not doing it right now. Just it's a no-no. But you got to reward yourself when you accomplish new things. That you reward yourself. It's not something that should be done. I don't know. I ain't gonna judge. Anybody do it how you want to do it. But for me, I'm gonna make it more of a reward than a daily thing. So nice. And I'm tired because I woke up late. I took care of some stuff early, then dozed off unexpectedly, took like an unexpected nap, and then I didn't have things in order because I planned to wake up much earlier. So I wanted to get going at 8:30, and then I was just running trying to catch a bunch of shit up, and then I had to go run out real quick and just a bunch of shit. So I'm tired, but I'm not sad. So like I said, just looking at the Jazz in this Rocket series, man, it's not close, man. It's like 4th and 5th seed, the Rockets honestly should have been probably the number 2 seed had they not gotten off to the slow start. You look back at this Rockets. I didn't see them. I hadn't been paying attention to the other games, really, honestly. The Rockets honestly should have been a number 2 seed. Had they had their shit together from the very jump, who knows what it could have been another number 1 seed. Like I said, with guys being out, pieces being missing, guys being hurt, it just took them time to gel again. And once they got to gelling, it was game over for anybody who thought they wanted some of that action. Again, like I say, people talk about Milwaukee and using that blueprint. It worked once, okay? Yeah, they did what they had to do, and they think now people think, we just emulate what Milwaukee did. But yeah, they just pulled a shenanigans. It's no big deal, man. They might have put too much pressure on themselves for nothing. No, do not watch Game of Thrones. Will not watch Game of Thrones, but I'm not gonna hate on anybody who does watch it. Just not my bag. I have absolutely no interest in watching Game of Thrones. Yeah, and Denver was, they all that hype from Denver all year because Denver was in the league, was a top seed pretty much all year, and they're struggling. You see the Warriors struggling with 8 seed. No, I'm not saying struggling, but they had, they took an L, and you just started, there's a bunch of horny bass. Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard there's a whole bunch of odd stuff going on that show, so I'm gonna just chill on that one, I'll go watch what's the fucking show? God damn it, the movie. Fucking with the L's and shit. I'm like brain dead, foggy right now. But yeah, OKC. They finally got them one. So they're 2-1 against OKC. And again with all the hype, Paul George MVP hype that was going on earlier. Then all of a sudden Giannis came into the conversation. Like, it just killed me. Well, people will do anything. Like, people will find anybody to not give James Harden MVP. They'll try to do anything. Like, they'll try to take away anything they can from this man's game when his statistics are better than any of these other guys. They'll find these new, like, this is what I say, and I hate because people are trying to do this with football and it doesn't work. They're trying to find these analytics. They're trying to, like, PFF, guys like that. They're trying to take basketball analytics. Voodoo Child, you found us. What's the motherfucking deal? They're trying to take basketball style analytics and apply them to football when that shit just does not work. It's not real. It's not true. It just does not happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh man. Again, and come on. I mean, Curry has had, he's had his little shakes here and there, but he just shoots because he's a shooter and he does that all the time. But come on, if you embarrass somebody like that, come on, you acknowledge that and you do what you do. Okay. Oh, he missed it. He missed it. Who gives a fuck? The point is, he shook the shit out of but and he made a whole bunch of other ones. Oh, he's flopping. No, you got to get a shooter space to land. Like, you can't place your feet on the shooter. Shooter has to have space to land. That's just how it works, man. I don't. Like I said, I don't pay attention to them motherfuckers, man. I honestly do not listen to the national media. Like, I catch local stories when it comes to sports teams only just to offer my critique and my opinion, and then. I said I really don't like, because again, as long as Houston is Houston, and the fucked up thing about it is, like, teams like the Rockets are aggressive, teams like the Astros are aggressive. Astros were getting underrated after they won the World Series. Like, it's just always going to be down talk when anything come out of Houston. Had he been in a Lakers uniform, do you know what they would be saying about James Harden right now? If James Harden was in a Lakers uniform, do you know what kind of fucking rhetoric that they would be pushing? They'd be saying he's the next Kobe. They'd be saying all that, even though he's doing things that haven't been done since Kobe and or Jordan, and some things in his own right. They'd be talking about, he's the next coming to this, that, and third. Now, all they can do is try to find ways to critique his game and say why this doesn't work, that doesn't work. When Harden is an intelligent basketball player, then this man, like, not only does he go in, like, because, we've talked about fatigue and things like that being a factor for him. I think he's eliminated that. This dude goes and works out after he'll drop a fucking 50-point game, drop a triple-double, and then go fucking work out. Like, the man is a monster, and you have to respect what he does because he knows he has to work that much harder to be that much better to contend with the likes of a Golden State. Those guys over there don't have to do anything. They cry when Boogie goes down. Motherfuckers want to buy tickets to try to fly out to Houston to fight fans and shit. Like, the dude is, you have to respect what he does. He's changed the way, like, there's very few players who come into the league and changes the way the league plays. Like, you can tell he's on Steph Curry's mind every night. Because what happened, you remember that time when fucking Steph did whatever the fuck he did? Doing this shit, like looking like a fucking retard. Like, you supposed to be the man, right? Steph, I thought you was the dude. You'd chill, like, why are you worried about a guy in Houston? They swear up and down they don't care what happens in Houston. They're not. That means obviously you're watching his game and seeing what he's doing. The whole NBA is watching what James Harden does. Took the Warriors getting away with some old shady shit, and the Rockets just playing out of their ass. And even without Chris Paul, for them to get that win. And so that's why I say, like, even though people may count them out, I think the Rockets are a legitimate contender with the Warriors, especially with Boogie being out. The Rockets have already gone head to head with the Warriors 3 out of 4 times this year. And again, without Harden once, I believe, and then without Paul once, like, the Rockets are on the Warriors' mind. Like, they can sit there and say that shit all they want to because they feel like, oh, we're big dogs, we've been here. Draymond said that stupid shit because they got that one game. Draymond's a fucking donkey-faced idiot. But, yeah, I saw somebody just throw the ball to Scott Foster today or something like that. And, but that's what they're going to do. Don't be surprised. Like, do not be surprised if it happens. Like, there's no coincidence that takes place. But anyway, it just took a whole bunch of shenanigans. And again, not to look so far ahead to the Warriors. I mean, you still have to get past the Jazz. Anything can happen. But right now, the fourth and fifth seed, that middle of the pack playoff matchup is looking like there's such a great disparity between the two. It doesn't even make sense, It's like there's a greater difference between the fourth and fifth seed than the 8 and 1 seed, And the Rockets has been coming out here shellacking them. Like I said, that 20-point game last game wasn't even close. It should have been more than that. But again, they kind of eased up. They really weren't going in the second half as hard. They really went in and, again, like I said, it was what it was. But let's just take a quick recap, looking at the box score and looking at what happened last game. We talk about double digits, and this is the only thing that does kind of concern me a little bit, because the first game you had 7 guys in double digits, right? And then you have this game, you got 4 guys in double digits. So I'd like to see it spread out a little bit more. I'd like to see more guys in double figures. You had Rivers, he scored more this last game, and House, he scored a little bit less, but they had 8 points each, which means they were just a couple off. I'd like to see Clint get involved, but the thing with Clint, they were trying to get Clint involved early. He just couldn't quite get it going. Like, they were trying to reward Clint because Clint was making some great plays early on, and they were trying to feed him the ball, but they just couldn't quite get that rhythm going with Clint like they want to. I'd like to see him establish that tonight and let him, just kind of have his way with Gobert, because, Gobert ain't got nothing for him. But like I said, I really don't expect I expect this to be a little bit closer, and I said that last time that I thought it would be a little bit closer. But I did call, I was off. I said Harden would be like 1 rebound short of a triple-double mark my words. But it turned out he got the triple-double, but he did have 32 points. I did call 32 points, so I'm taking my credit for that. But, the thing about it is, I think the Rockets just need to get through this series healthy. I'm hoping fucking Rubio can survive this year, because, man, Harden just does this dude. Like, what Harden does to Rubio, it's unfair. It almost makes you want to believe the fucking NBA is rigged. Like, Rubio is out there just flopping just because. It's dumb. It's like a highlight reel shake play just all the time. Like, this dude just has Rubio's. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the fuck it is with Harden and Rubio, but Harden has this dude's number. Harden is mean. Rubio just might not be it, man. But again, here's the deal. Like I said, I like little Donovan Mitchell, man. I like the dude, young dude. He's playing hard. He's trying to do his best. He's trying to carry the team. But the thing about Donovan is, like I said, he's just got a lot to learn, a lot of nuances game. He didn't really have a great game, more so last time. He couldn't get going early. None of the Jazz could really get going early. They missed a lot of early shots. Both of these games, I don't know if it has something to do with being in the Rockets arena or what. Maybe they have bad memories there, but they just really couldn't get their shots falling early. But now they're going to be at home. Maybe they feel better. They got that home cooking in the crowd. Maybe I don't know what the people in Utah cook. Salt Lake City is probably the only condiment they use. They probably don't season their shit. They probably only use salt. It's probably against the rules. There's a lot of Mormons out there. They like stuff plain and bland. Don't hate me, I just said it. But anyway, that has nothing to do with nothing. So my thing though is, like, you can tell Utah's getting desperate, and I'm gonna tell you why you can tell Utah's getting desperate, because they try to come out with a different lineup last game. They started out, I believe, with Favors in the mix. Usually they don't do that against the Rockets, but they tried to bring him out early, saw that wasn't working. They brought Crowder in quickly, hoping that he could shoot. His shots really weren't falling that much. If Fareed and Crowder get too close to each other, it's going to be a mess. They're going to end up having a dread entanglement. And they're going to be a timeout of court. Like, when 2 football players, they hit each other, motherfuckers get their fucking helmets stuck together. That has to be a weird fucking feeling, especially against motherfucker you don't like. That's what's going to happen. Fareed and Crowder going to get their dreads tangled up. They, play too closely on each other. It'd be real strange. But my thing is this. the Jazz, I just don't think they have it. I think the Rockets have their number. I think I think it's just something in them. I mean, I don't know if it's shades of last year. I don't know, what it is. It's just certain teams you don't want to see. And with it coming down the way they did, I'm sure they expected to see other teams that they matched up well against, that didn't have the same offensive prowess as the Rockets. And because I think the Jazz were number 2 defense? Number 2? Number 1 or number 2 in the league, I can't remember. And so what they needed was to get that momentum going to try to be ready for the Rockets. Rockets, like I said last year, handled the Jazz. They let them get that one. But they needed to get some momentum going to be ready for the Rockets, especially with a young guy like Mitchell being your leader. It's funny because I think the tables are going to be turned. You know how old school Rockets fans hate Utah for what happened back in the Gap? Like new school Utah fans are going to hate the Rockets for, like the Mitchell fans, Mitchell Jazz are going to hate the Rockets because they just can't get past them. You know what I'm saying? They just can't get past them. But like I say, getting back at home, they may feel more comfortable. I expect it to be a closer game, but I'm still expecting a Rockets win by between 7 and 12 points, somewhere in there. It's somewhere in there, but I do believe it's going to ultimately end up in the Rockets getting sweep. I think the Rockets feel like, okay, hey, they finna put the NBA on notice that we're here, we're ready to play. You talk one of the top defensive teams in the league. They try to do whatever they could to stop us. They couldn't do anything. James is having a field day. Chris Paul's contributing. The whole team's contributing. Everybody's kind of pulling their weight. And I think it's going to be pretty interesting, man. I think it's going to be pretty interesting. So we'll see what happens. No, just a pregame show, Retta. They only do pregame. Like, look, I ain't finna tube me with that YouTubery, that YouTubery tomfoolery. But so again, but this is what we're gonna do, man. Give me just a second. We're going to open up the line. Let you guys call in. Just spill some sauce on how you feel about the game, and then we'll make sure we get out of here on time so you can catch it and all that other good stuff. But give me un segundo, por favor. I know that's probably not how any of that works, but it sounds good, right? Let me open up this Sauceline, man, and then we'll take some calls here. Now I put the headphones on. But again, I hope y'all have had a good holiday. I don't know what you celebrate. I don't know if you're celebrating Easter. I don't know if you're celebrating 420. I don't know if you're just celebrating because you're happy to be alive, man. Hey, Jack, every day you wake up is a great day. Appreciate it. Take it to heart. Take advantage of it. Maximize your possibilities. Diversify your bonds, nigga. Where's the fucking number at? God damn it. No, that's not right. This is what I'm looking for. Bye. Okay, cool. All right, let's they open a new cafe in Houston this 420 road, man. I don't know nothing about it. I'm not cool with these young kids and their new lingo. I'm an old fool. I don't know none of this 420, It's about Donovan Mitchell and Harden drop every single 45 point, man. Look, hey, Jack. But the thing about this, though, it's only going to make Donovan Mitchell better, and he's going to have his time. And he laid up 20, man. Look, I'm going to take a trip to Italia. But this is just going to be a learning experience for Donovan Mitchell. Right now, it's just going to be tough sledding for him. He's not going to want to see Houston. And again, it'll prepare him 2 years in a row to get knocked out by Houston. What'll eventually happen, like I say, he'll develop his game, watching hard and knowing what it's going to take. It's almost like, I'm not going to say that because they haven't learned their lesson in years and years and years. I would love it. I would love to have a Mitchell on the team. I like Mitchell. I hate the Jazz. I can't stand them motherfuckers, but I like Mitchell. I hate Gobert. Gobert has a weird face. It's just, it's a weirdo. But I like Mitchell. I like what Mitchell brings, man. Man, look, there y'all go with that for reading. Them niggas look like me, goddammit. But yeah, man, let's get some mark my words, some score predictions, man. I want to know how y'all feel. Do y'all feel like this is a dominant game for the Rockets? Do y'all feel like they could possibly slip and lose one with them having to go to Utah? again, anything can happen, and I feel like this, and I'm not saying this to be biased. Like the NBA puts its hand in games. Okay, so that's why I would not be surprised. It should be a sweep, but I would not be surprised if the Rockets take an L, one of these L's in Utah, because that'll be the perfect time for the NBA to stick their foot in the cooking and fuck it up. Because right now, you know, they need the best series that they can for Golden State. They want Golden State to go again because it brings you that bandwagon group of fans. It brings you those fake fan motherfuckers. They were saying, man, it's fucked up. They were talking about Golden State and how like old school Golden State fans, like real Golden State fans, can't even really afford certain tickets anymore because all these fucking people have come in, these tech people and shit have come in and just basically bought out all the season tickets in the lower bowl and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like almost unaffordable. Like they can't afford season tickets and shit because the prices have skyrocketed. That's what happens when you get these fucking bandwagon motherfuckers. But the fucking up thing about it is the Rockets, and I still don't understand it, but I guess you just got to win championships. You know, people in Houston, hate to say it, the Rockets deserve a championship, but the city of Houston doesn't deserve a Rockets championship. Like I'm being honest, man. I'm being honest. I hate to say it, but it's like the Rockets get no fucking love, man. They get no fucking love from the city of Houston. It's all Texans. Like, I think it like went under the radar, and I'm not knocking it, that James Harden gave $1 million of his own money to Hurricane Harvey. Like, not raising money, not raising shit for everybody else. Like, I'm not knocking that. You know, use your star power to get it. But nobody says anything about that. Like, nobody acknowledges like what James Harden does for this city. Like nobody cares, you know, oh, you know, such and such did this and such did that. And James Harden does a lot for the city, man. Yeah, and the thing, exactly. The Rockets have stayed consistent. When did the Rockets like ever fell off? How long? I can't even remember the last time the Rockets weren't in the playoffs. I got to go back and look. It might have been what, mid 2000 somewhere, mid to late 2000 somewhere. The Rockets have, ever since Morey has been in the mix, they've rebuilt without ever falling all the way the fuck off, man. You know. I think I mentioned it briefly, but I didn't. Cause I forgot what we were doing. Cause it might have been in a Texan stream, so I might not have went all the way in. But I had mentioned a couple times about, you know, that this man gave, because I was talking about he gave owner money, because it was owners that were giving $1 million, and I was like, Harden, because I think he had just got that deal. And then I'm like, shit, this man gave fucking $1 million of his own money. Like, no players are doing that. You know what I'm saying? So, again, year before Harden? Damn, I thought we went, okay. Again, you know, or we probably won't break. The thing is, though, we were always close. It was never like a chance where we were just out of it. Like, we were just bottom of the league. We've never had to go get lottery picks or shit like that. I mean, we've always been there, middle of the pack, right? Even if it was 8th seed or something like that, you know. Hey, we ain't gonna talk about Sharice. Sharice is a nice lady. You know, hey, look, I'm not knocking what Harden does off the court as long as he does what he has to do on the court. Shit, I wish we had more Texan players like that. So all these fucking good guys would just feel like fucking spit bubble and shit. We fucking feel like we can't do no wrong, man. Like, I wish we'd have more motherfuckers who would be who they are. You know, you can be a little wild as long as, you know, you handling your business. You know, as long as you're doing good. Like I say, Harden does a lot for the fucking city. But nobody cares, because nobody cares about the Rockets. And like you said, with all those empty seats, man, after fucking, they'll have a contingency plan for Paul. They got to sew up house, though. You know what I'm saying? They have to sew up house. I don't know what they got to do, because I don't think they signed him to a multi-year deal. I think their deal just is for the rest of the year, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But they got to sew up house and then keep him long term. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gotta keep him long term. Like, you know, he is, and I ain't tripping. But you got to find a way to break some bread with House. House is gonna be a star. Like, House is gonna be a star, man. House is gonna be a household name. Yeah, I'm corny. I don't care. But you know, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Tyron he gonna fit right in there. But this is my thing, man. Because I don't want to even get into the Texans. Trust me, I'll have plenty of time to shit on the Texans all next week. You know, draft and all that other good shit. As much as it's like I have a love-hate relationship with the Texans. I'm honest, man. Like I took the Rockets for granted this year. Well, I mean, knowing they was going to the playoffs, like that was never a worry, like never a concern. Even when they was hitting the stuff, like even said it back then on the little brief times we would, I was just like, don't worry about it. Like the Rockets are going to be fine. That I'm not worried about, because I know that they're going to do what it takes. Like it's crazy to think, bring the house down with this contract. The thing about it though is this, right? With the Rockets, Morey's going to be aggressive. Like this team started off, we were talking about Melo and MCW, and we are like, okay, well they made some moves. We'll see what happens. Melo didn't work out, unfortunately. I think he kind of was a scapegoat. I don't think it was really on him like that. And I'm glad Melo didn't go to fucking L.A. It'd have been a bad business. I told y'all. Now here's the one thing y'all can't say. I told y'all about Hardenstein from the jump. That I liked Hardenstein from the fucking jump last year. And people saying, oh, the dude Hardenstein ain't gonna be it, it's gonna be Zochi and this. And I'm saying Hardenstein is better than Zochi. I was telling folks that people try, oh no, Zochi, this, that. I'm like, look, Zochi is slow chi, man. Like, stop with the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like Zochi, yeah, he might have had a skill set, but he was just slower. Like if you just watch it, he just the way his shot to develop everything was just. It was like a tad bit slower than NBA speed. So yeah, it might have been good for China, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like, it worked for the D-League or whatever, but it's not NBA basketball. Who's old buddy too with the granny shot, you know? Yeah, I like some. It wasn't that I didn't like him. I just think that he wasn't. Oh yeah, we will forever love OKC for that. But yeah, and so the thing about that is, like I said, but Hardenstein, like from the rip, I saw that. Oh yeah, this dude gonna be ready. He's gonna be ready from out. I want to say out the gate. A little bit of development. So I think they had him, but I think he stayed in Germany the first year. Then he came over to GD. And Hardenstein, he's a baller. Like the dude can hoop. Like I just seen it defensively, just. He has a post game, like he can shoot. Like Hardenstein's going to develop into a quality talent, man. But the thing about it is, like I said, that's what you have to give credit to the Rockets. They can find fucking talent. I hate that we got rid of old buddy though in that trade. Damn, the little rookie dude. I haven't watched to see what he was doing. The little rookie that we had picked up. Donuts, Melton. Yeah, was it Melton? That one that was the first round pick, the late first round pick. Yeah, I hadn't paid attention to see what happened with him though. I hadn't really been watching him to see what he's been doing. But I thought that if he'd had a chance to Rockets, he'd have been interesting to see what happens. But the Rockets have an eye for talent. They can go get what people consider low tier second round guys and develop them. Oh well, he's in Phoenix. So there's that. But they can go and develop them into quality guys. I think a lot of it helps having, Hakeem around, shit like that. But I'm not gonna give it all to him. But I mean, having like quality coaching around. You saw when Jeff Bisley came back, how that immediately was like a shot in the arm to the Rockets. Like the Rockets have something here. Again, if it wasn't for the Golden State KD super team, if Golden State without KD, Rockets win it. Rockets win it. Like that's no question. They knew that. That's why they ran to go get that motherfucker. No KD on Golden State. Rockets have won. They win. They'd be going on their back-to-back this year. They'd be going for their back-to-back this year. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? So they are there. And what kills me is that people undermine what the Rockets do. Like the fucking Warriors aren't the most dominant team in NBA history at this point. The way everything is, and like the Rockets just ask, Golden State. They've done what no other team has done to Golden State, and it just so happened they got injured, or it just so happened that they shot like ass. It just fell through, and they also had a combination of the shitty ref. They would get away with a lot of shit, but Yeah, Fareed. Going and picking up Fareed. Aggressive move, right? Everybody said Fareed was done when he was up in Brooklyn? Fareed has been balling since he got here. Fucking Rivers. I thought that was going to be a sketchy because I thought, okay, there's CP3. Harden don't like Rivers too much. One time Harden shook Rivers out the back of the arena, but maybe they can squat. If Rivers has came in and Rivers has been a solid piece, an integral piece, and been a contributor. You know what I'm saying? Now look, the Joe Johnson move, we ain't gonna talk about that. All right, we ain't gonna talk about that. Corver got in for a little bit. Corver got in for a little bit last game, because I remember him opening up. He had opened it up something for the big goober, Rudy Goober, yeah, and and that's the thing, man. So ultimately, and this is why I say, like, the Rockets making moves. The fucking Astros go out and make moves. Like I said, when they went and picked up Verlander, did what they had to do. Went and picked up Osuna, even though it was a sketchy conversation around him. Went and picked him up, did what they had to do. The Texans, well, that guy said damn one time, so I don't think that we need to get him. He's a bad guy, I don't know. He doesn't fit the height, weight, speed matrix. So, like the Rockets went out and made a move and picked up a guy that has bad blood or had bad blood. His dad had bad blood with fucking CP3. That's my father, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's my father, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And brought him in, dog, and made that shit work. Oh, man. Yeah. The Texans don't want to do that, dog, because here's the deal. Like, it kills me. Like, I love the city of Houston, but I'm just starting to notice some things. I was talking about it on the Mixer crew last night, because after the D and I got on the Mixer, I was just talking about some things, man. The city of Houston is strange. I love the city. I love the culture here. But when it comes to sports, the city is really fucking strange, man, and it's frustrating. And why I say that is, one, fuck the Jazz, just to let you know we ain't forgot about talking about the Jazz. Fuck them. But what the fuck is going on with Tabo Cephaloshin? This shit he got on his head. Like, I'm usually for the Dread Power, but that motherfucker looking like Sideshow Bob and shit. But anyway, but my thing about this is this, man. It's like Houston when it comes to sports, okay? You have diehard Texans fans. No matter what the Texans do, they're just going to support them. And I think you actually have more J.J. Watt fans than Texans fans. Like, all bullshit to the side, right? Just like all bullshit to the side. Like, you have people who are not even Texans fans. They became fans when the Texans made the playoffs. They became fans of J.J. Watt just because of the way they push him. Like, why isn't a guy like DeAndre Hopkins pushed more to the forefront? Dude is the greatest receiver in the league, but he doesn't get that type of push. Like, he should have a national name, but the Texans don't push him to the forefront like that. He's played through, especially with all the shit that he's played through, and still been consistent. Like, all the years they fucked him over with trash quarterbacks and fucked him over, but this guy doesn't get that love. Now, we know who he is, and we appreciate him, of course, but he should definitely be a bigger name. It's just like, we have that good guy like JJ, and I'm not mad at him. Like, I'm all about, hey, if you know how to market yourself, if you know how to represent yourself, man, push your brand. And JJ is the all-American guy. He has the look, right? You know what I'm saying? And so that's why JJ works. Like, he has that all-American look. He's a baller. He plays. He set records. He did the whole defensive shit, Player of the Year thing. And so that definitely helps. But yeah, and that's what exactly. He's not a drama queen. He's not a big, his fashion sense is questionable. But hey, we can't hate him for that. But and so what bothers me though is that, like, the undying love that people will have for the Texans, they'll dismiss the Rockets. Even the Rockets have been the most consistent team in Houston since in the last 20 years, probably. 10 to 20 years. They're always generally in the playoffs. They're not saying they're always competing to win it all, but they're always, they go second round, third round, Western Conference Finals. They've had a couple of those throughout the years. the Astros, they had, what was it, '05 that they went to the World Series? What was that? I think that's when it was. Was it '05? Something like that. Somewhere around it. That was a while back. Look, I told you I'm not baseball adept. I'm just talking. But you know, they had their ups and downs, 100 lost seasons and all of this. So they had the ups and downs. They had to make some moves, you know, changes, ownership, and all of the shit. The Rockets had a change of ownership and got even better, you know. And I'm not saying that the Astros didn't. Maybe that's what it is for the Texans. Maybe they need to change ownership because it's the mentality that starts at the top. If the ownership is not aggressive, if they're not pushing forward, then the coaching staff, the front office is not going to be aggressive, and they're not going to want to get aggressive players who are going to upset the apple cart. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody, y'all afraid to call in. Asbel get a pass because he always called in. He at the bar, you know, acting like a star. I ain't mad at it. But we got about 5 more minutes here before, you know, call in. We ain't got no mark. But look, if y'all ain't going to call in your mark my words, let's do it like this then. We'll do it old school, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what we need to do. Give me your mark my words, mark my motherfucking words, MMMFWs. Mark my motherfucking words and give me a score prediction on what y'all think tonight is going to look like for the Rockets. So if you don't know what mark my motherfucking words is, it is a bold prediction. So like Harden gonna get another triple-double, or Harden gonna drop 45, or Chris Paul gonna drop, you know, can't be just, I think Chris Paul's gonna get 13 points and 7 assists. Like, it has to be a bold prediction. Damn, boy, that's extremely bold. Cool, Amber. And I agree, and I appreciate them for what they did. You know what I'm saying? Man, I could agree with that too, Luke. Because when have you heard anything like outside of confidence from D-Hop? You don't hear anything. Like D-Hop, I think we forget. D-Hop was smashing on the little celebrity chick. And he did it like under the radar. It was only like a Houston thing. Like anybody else, that would have been a national media, blown out of proportion. If it would have been, what's the little weird dude's name with the blonde hair? Fucking Odell. If it would have Iggy, if it would have been Odell, it would have been national headlines, National Enquirer headlines. It would have been ESPN top 10. It would have been all kind of shit, right? This dude smashed on a little celebrity chick, gassed it up, got in, got out, and it was cool. And just like nobody knew, like we knew at Houston. But I agree, they don't give them the headlines they need. Again, Harden, they only like the national media only likes to talk about Harden when he fucks up. You know, that's what they love to talk about him. Oh, he shimmied and missed a shot, but then he fucking iced water to everybody, every other fucking shot. He you know, he's like, let me say that without having to say pause, but he's like I say, the dude is just to make whatever they're throwing at him. They're trying to adjust their whole defense to stop this man, telling me that we're only going to let him go right, and he's going right all night, and they still can't stop him. Like they're dictating where he's going, and he's still doing whatever the fuck he wants to do. Like the man's ball handling is underrated. He's one of the better ball handlers in the league. He's definitely top 3. Because you gotta give respect to Kyrie, and you gotta give respect to, as much as I don't like the little weirdo, Curry is a solid ball handler. Now, I think it could be interchangeable. I think the only difference is Harden is not as speedy as those guys, but he can finesse you, and that's what. Like you would think more people would like Harden because it's not that Harden is overly athletic. Harden is not the most athletic specimen on the court at any night. You know what I'm saying? Any night whatsoever. But he has a way of finessing. He could be the highest basketball IQ on the court any given night. And that's what makes Harden special. He takes the skill set that he has and, you know, no, not all time. No, not all time. But in the sense of Iverson, what Harden has done though, I was talking about it earlier, is Harden has changed the way the NBA plays basketball. Right? The way the NBA, everybody has added a step back shot to their resume. Who had that? Like, who was really doing that with consistency before Harden? You know? Like, who was doing the step back with the frequency like that? Now everybody's has it in their resume. Now everybody's practicing and trying to do the step back. You know, at the All-Star game, you see dudes running up to Harden. Hey, show me how you do that step back. So it is what it is, man. So to shut the fuck up and look pretty. That's not nice to Marcus. Hey, shame on you. See, media throwing players how to beat James. Yeah, exactly. How to beat James Harden. So like, if you can come up with a whole segment on that, why can't you come up with a segment on the greatness of James Harden and what he's doing? You know, them motherfuckers used to promote fucking Westbrook triple doubles in losses. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking Westbrook would lose, get a triple double, and they'll promote. Well, you look at this great stat line. You got but they lost at the very end of it. They'll put but they lost. You know, again, it is what it is, though. Like I say, it is what it is. You know, people are going to do what they're going to do. But here's the deal. I know it's about to be game time. So let me read a couple of these. Mark my motherfucking words. I saw y'all drop a couple. CP3 going to clock Eagles. Goddamn. Capella quadruple double. Stop. Capella 6 blocks already. I got Red Hill says, Mark my motherfucking words. Utah 102, Houston 117. I can see that. That's what I was saying earlier. I was saying I felt like it was going to be a 7 to 12 point game. They've been smashing Utah the last couple of games. And I got to figure this out. I ain't going to lie. Because I don't know, like the light at this part of the green screen right here. And I look at it, it looks like a cartoon funky underarm pit. It just looks like, like in the cartoons with the little green fucking smell be coming out the underarm pit. That's what that shit looks like. You see this shit? That's what the fuck that looks like. I got to figure out that. But here's the deal. Like I say, I'm going to catch it. I'll probably have it on the side screen. You say he's not going to be praised and appreciative until you got to leave. And that's how it is with you. Like, let's think about it, man. Hakeem never gets the love. Now, when they see him, anytime you see him, the legendary Hakeem Olajuwon, until Shaq, came out there and said Hakeem was the best. It is. I don't care. Shit. I point that shit out. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Until Hakeem was the best, and who was it? No, Jordan come out and say Hakeem was the best, and this is why I say. But the media has a narrative to push. They got to push these big cities where these highfalutin celebrities go to games and highfalutin. I don't know if I'll use that, but anyway. But we'll talk about that, man. Like I say, make sure you both, if you just fuck with the channel, make sure you subscribe to the Original Sauce Sports channel. We will be talking about the draft this week. We will be having a live digital draft party. My prediction is Harden drops. I think Harden goes 28, 8 assists. And 7 rebounds. And I think the Rockets win, 28, 8 assists and 7 rebounds. I think the Rockets end up winning this one. I'm going to go in the range of 108 to 96. 108 to 96 is what I'm going with. That's what I'm feeling. But with that being said, man, hey, I appreciate y'all. Even though none of y'all called in, I still got love for y'all, man. Hey, but we're going to make it do what it do. Appreciate y'all for subscribing to this channel, too, because I know I had to separate the sports. I know keep the Texans on one channel, keep the Rocks on another. And I'm going to start getting somebody in there to chop it up with me about more Astros talk and some Dynamo talk and some things like that. Because it's so many other teams in the city that get championships, that are winning, that have a history, and we don't show them enough love. So I promise I'm going to start doing more of that. But hey, with that being said, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let's go Rockets. Let's get this win. Let's get this third one. Seal the deal. Get one more. Get a sweep so we can be well rested to beat Golden State in the next series. But I appreciate y'all coming in. Allow me to be your host. I'm Honcho. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Most of all, y'all stay saucy. Hey, I'm out.